Yo, what is up, YouTube? Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today, we're bringing you guys my personal favorite top 10 gods in the game.
Let the games begin!
Now, this is just based on everything. Just gods that are my favorite, whether it's their design, how they play, with how their name is spelt, whatever it is, whatever I decided to rate them on. This is the top 10. A lot of it is rated on gameplay, a little bit on their design, but I like how gods feel more than how they look, and that's kind of how I decide who I want to play. Top 10, starting with number 10. You guys want to like guess for all of them? I don't know. Never mind. Whatever. If you guys want to guess, you can guess. But number 10, Naja. Probably the, maybe not worst assassin right now, but one of the worst assassins, because he keeps getting nerfed, and they just cannot find that sweet spot for Naja. However, I still think Naja's entire kit is just super fun to play. The one just feels insane in 2v2s. You feel like you have good outplay with his 2-1-3 ult. You can ring toss in a 1v2 to get a bunch of damage off and the protection debuff. You can 2 for a heal, maybe get a crit chance. 3 to get some immunity frames, which is sick. And then the ult, like the little chess game getting played between the ability 3 and the ability 4. Like you 3, you don't ult right away, they beads, you hold it, and then you ult. You 3 ult right away because last time you held it, and then you get your ult off even though they have their beads. Like stuff like that, I love. I like the little chess game between it. I wish the ult was a bit better because I feel like right now, if you don't want to get ulted by Naja, there's very easy ways for you not to get ulted. You literally just beads easily before the ult takes you up because there's like a decently long time before it actually takes you up, but decently long in terms of reaction time. I think Naja is definitely not the strongest character right now, but still, for my money, one of my favorite gods in the game. Number 9, the only mage on the list, and I don't know what it is about him. That's another clue, him. But he is a blast, and it's Hades. His kit is so not great right now that I feel like when you play him, and when you play him in like mid, solo, jungle support, it feels like you're actually playing the game on hard because he's pretty bad right now. However, I do want to say that I think people, 1, don't play him right, and 2, don't build him right. I think they build him with all dependency on lifesteal, when in reality, he should just be like a Zhong, where he's just like this tanky mage presence. If he gets on top of you, he can do a lot of damage. If you play back, he doesn't really do too much. But I think Hades is not the worst. I do think he's a bit underrated because I do think a lot of people think he's terrible. I think he's a bit underrated. He also has very low cooldowns. His 2 is an insane ability. His 3 is pretty sick, and his ult is absolutely insane. So I do think people are underestimating him a bit, and I think that he is very fun. Yes, Hades, number 9. Number 8, another character that I have no idea. It's literally just one ability that makes him fun. Vamana. And it's just Colossal Fury. Just something about being in his ult and just stomping people and they can't get them off you unless they kill you. And it's like this man fight where it's either kill or be killed. I love that. Like, look at this ability. Look at how cool this looked like. Now, wasn't that something?
Not this time.
Absolutely riveting gameplay right there. I also think his 3 with like a mannequin scepter makes him very hard to trade into as a hunter. He also can't really get bursted by a mage because of his ult. Yeah, I think he's actually a pretty fun character, and I think Vamana, and for my take, is top 8, number 8, most fun god in the game. Number 7, Tsukiyomi. This one's 2 things. I think his character, like his model, is super sick. Like, I don't even know what these things are called. Maybe it's written in here. Yeah, Shingitsu and Mangetsu. I think they're super cool looking weapons, and I think overall he just looks like a bad. Also, his entire kit just is fun. No god plays like Suki does. He's like a poke. And then when he's finally poked you enough, then he'll all in. Or maybe he all ins and just tries to burst you quick enough. Or maybe he plays kind of tanky, frontliney, and he just uses 3 as area control. Like, there's so many different play styles to Suki, so many different ways to deal with him. And I think he actually has a lot of outplay potential too as the enemy. His 2 is not going to be immune, or not going to be immune anymore. His 1 isn't that great. It's probably his best ability outside of his ult though. And then his 3 is, I mean, a good ability, but it's not really a frustrating god to play against because you can just get on top of him and burst him, and he doesn't have that much self-peel for himself other than just ulting. Number 6, the only hunter on the list, and as you guys know, I am celebrated as the king of the jungle on this character, on her. One of the oldest gods in Smite, yet still one of the most fun. His kit is fluid, it pairs well together, it feels rewarding when you hit stuff. He's got outplay, and he is easily outplayed. But if you are on with Honor and you're feeling good and you can hit your spears, you can hit your combos with your 1-2, 3-2, this god can win 1v5s. because he is that powerful and actually able to outplay someone. It's why he's like the god you 1v1 with, because there's just so much that you can do to have just like a good time with this character. I think if you're playing a hunter and you don't think Honor is the most fun, or at least top 2, I think you're trolling. And you're actually just wrong. Number 5, Terra. I think Terra's sick because of just what her kit does. There's like so much. She has lockdown, she has peel, she can use these as walls, she has slows in her autos that also make her do extra damage. Her cleave autos make her clear fast. She has so much stuff that you can do with her. And then you can also ult your team or ult the enemy team, or try to ult both on a big like fight. I think she just has a kit that feels rewarding to play if you're hitting stuff. If you're hitting these 2s on like enemies that are diving and you're like peeling with your 2, it feels amazing. And I just think Terra, as long as her kit stays the same and the numbers are the only things that get touched, I don't think she'll ever be out of meta, because that's just how strong her kit is. Number 4, I want to start out by thanking Aurora for bringing this god into the meta in support. It is Hercules. Another thing with outplay potential. You feel like you have a ton of outplay potential with this god because of just how much CC, damage, healing he has, and just how much power he can get from his passive. Even if you're behind on this character, you can still be involved in the game just because of his 2-1 combo. He basically has a free kill on somebody if they don't have beads, and like maybe if you're that far behind if you have a teammate with you. But he feels unreal to play. He's a god where you just lock him in, you're like, I'm showing up to every single purple buff from here on out, whether you're prepared or not. And then you show up prepared, he can still outplay you to the point where even though you were prepared, you lost the fight because the Hercules made such a good play. And that's why I just love Hercules. I just think if you want to win, Hercules gives you a really good chance if you're feeling hot. And that's why I think Hercules is my number 4. Number 3, Osiris. He's got some of the best feeling autos in the game. Combine that with his auto attack cancels on his 1, 2, 3, and then just how simple his kit is, but effective. He's an unreal god to play, and he's very, very fun in the laning phase. You feel like you can build almost any starter on him, and it's like, I mean, that's not that bad. Oh, War Flag? I mean, like, it allows you to auto him down, maybe get some healing. Sigil? Oh, yeah. You just want to capitalize on taking no damage so you can just auto attack the enemy. Oh, Axe? You just want to be able to poke him, heal up? No, that makes complete sense. Deathstoll? Yeah. He's got a lot of auto attacks. That makes sense, too. Literally everything is like, okay. And that's why I just love Osiris. There's so many different play styles. Like, he used to be this auto attack god, and then he turned into a cooldown god, and now he's back to this just tank god. Like, he is fun. I love Osiris, but I don't like Osiris jungle. I think it's pretty whatever. I think it's pretty bad, and I think it's pretty boring. But solo Osiris, a blast. Number 2, this god has the best ability in all of Smite in terms of how you feel after you hit it. No troll. You got a couple seconds to guess? All right, here it is. Sylvanas. Nature's Grasp is the best feeling ability in the game when you hit it. You literally throw out that and then you lasso him back in, and you think you're the greatest player of all time. No matter what, you could be 0-19. If you hit that one Nature's Grasp, you're like, I'm the GOAT. Like, put me on a team. And that's just what good abilities feel like. Also, there was an owl right here. If you guys, it's back. Yeah, there's an owl. I mean, the rest of his kit is pretty simple. He's a season 1 god, so his kit doesn't have much going for him. His 1 is actually pretty sick. His 2 is good. Like, all of his abilities are good. They changed up his terrible passive into something that's not going to be terrible, but it's not going to be that great, but it'll still feel better because this one was terrible, so it won't feel that bad in comparison because this one was terrible. Like I said, terrible passive. Honest, number 2, because of this ability mostly. Now, the honorable mentions. Zhong. Shout out to Nathan in my stream. But Zhong is just an unreal character to play. He feels good. I don't know what it is, but the god is like top 5 in terms of I just want to pick this character, and I don't know why. Another one, Uller. Very rewarding god. You feel like you have good outplay, good damage. If you hit somebody with the axe, almost a guaranteed kill. Great character. Really fun. Full cooldown Uller. Very little stuff matches that. Next one, a Willix. The 2. It's literally just the 2. The feeling when you juke an ability by using Feather Step over like an enemy while like dodging a Scylla ult is insane. One of the best feelings in the game. However, the rest of her kit is pretty whatever. Pulling somebody in with Gravity Surge feels good, but like the rest of her kit is not great. She's still on the honorable mentions list, so she's fun, but she's not top 10. And last but not least for the honorable mentions, Janus. I'm gonna ban Janus, man. Everyone knows cross map through space and time. Insane. And just something about being slippery and then like one-shotting somebody at the same time. Great feeling. Love Janus. And number 1, pretty sure most of you guys can guess if you've been to my stream before. I literally talk this goddess up a ton. She's probably the most fun god in the game in my opinion. Ket. Another thing about fluidity, how her kit meshes together, how she feels to play. What is as rewarding as hitting a two-man Cobra's Kiss and having them hit each other? You're getting off like 600 damage as a tank Circuit just by hitting two people with a late game Cobra's Kiss because of how much damage they're dealing to each other. You combine that with your Deathbane ult, and boy, do you feel insane. While the 2 Cobra Kiss double taunt feels insane. It's not quite there with the Sylvanas Nature's Grasp, but it's still insane. Everything about this character is just fun. The one thing that I will say, and it's why I almost didn't put her number 1, I almost moved Sylvanas number 1. The one thing I will say I hate about her right now is that current build in the jungle with Blackthorn, Pridwin, and then whatever after is disgusting, and I hate it. I hate it so much. She's impossible to deal with. I think Pridwin is kind of like her saving grace to make her kind of an OP character right now, and maybe Pridwin needs a little bit of a nerf. But yeah, I think she's in a decent spot, and her character design is pretty sick too. She's a season 1 god, but she doesn't really look like it. Like, her tail looks so cool. That is the top 10 characters. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you guys think I missed someone. Maybe you think Arachne is like the coolest character in the game, and I'm kind of a moron for not putting Arachne top 10. Let me know in the comments. I hope you guys have a fantastic day.